Good morning. Today for reading, we learned a little bit of how to take notes. So we took these notes in our reading notebook. We talked about what we notice and what we wonder. When we take our notes, we do as I'm reading, what you notice about what's going on in the book. What's going on with the character, what's going on with the setting, what's going on with the plot. Okay, and the plot is kind of the conflict or what the story is about. So you write down the things that you notice as you read, okay, or as somebody reads to you. You also write down the questions that you have. Why did the character do this? Why did the other characters do that? Why is he here? So there's the I wonder, okay? What questions can you ask as the book's being read? So as I read the book in your notebook, I want you to write down the things you notice and the things you wonder. Okay, the book that I'm about to read is called Wolf. So as you go, I want you to write down the things you notice and the things that you wonder. After walking for many days, a wolf wandered into a quiet little town. He was tired and hungry. His feet ached and he had only a little money that he kept for emergencies. Then he remembered there's a farm outside this village. He thought, I'll find some food there. As he peered over the farm fence, he saw a pig, a duck, a cow reading in the sun. The wolf had never seen animals read before. I'm so hungry that my eyes are playing tricks on me, he said to himself, but he really was very hungry and didn't stop to think about it for long. The wolf stood up tall, took a deep breath, and leaped at the animals with a howl. Ow! Chickens and rabbits ran for their lives, but the duck, the pig, and the cow didn't budge. What is that awful noise? Complained the cow. I can't concentrate on my book. Just ignore it, said the duck. The wolf did not like to be ignored. What's wrong with you? Growled the wolf. Can't you see I'm a big and dangerous wolf? I'm sure you are, replied the pig, but couldn't you be big and dangerous somewhere else? We're trying to read. This is a farm for educated animals. Now be a good wolf and go away, said the pig, giving him a push. The wolf had never been treated like this before. Educated animals, the wolf repeated to himself. This is something new. Well then, I'll learn how to read. And off he went to school. The children found it strange to have a wolf in their class, but since he didn't try to eat anyone, they soon got used to him. The wolf was serious and hard-working, and after much effort, he learned to read and write, soon becoming the best in class. Feeling quite satisfied, the wolf went back to the farm and jumped over the fence. I'll show them, he thought. He opened his book and began to read. Run, wolf, run. See, wolf, run. You got a long way to go, said the duck without even bothering to look up. And the pig, the duck, and the cow went on reading their own books, not the least impressed. The wolf jumped back over the fence and ran straight to the public library. He studied long and hard, reading lots of dusty old books, and he practiced and practiced until he could read without stopping. They'll be impressed with my reading now, he said to himself. The wolf walked up to the farm gate and knocked. He opened the 3 little pigs and began to read. Once upon a time there were 3 little pigs. One day their mother called the man and told them. Stop that racket, interrupted the duck. You've improved, remarked the pig, but you still need to work on your style. The wolf tucked his tail between his legs and slunk away. But the wolf wasn't about to give up. He counted the little money he had left, went to the bookshop, and bought a splendid new storybook, his first very own book. He was going to read it day and night, every letter and every line. He would read so well that the farm animals would admire him. Ding dong, rang the wolf at the farm gate. He lay down on the grass, made himself comfortable, took out his new book, and began to read. He read with confidence and passion, and the pig, the cow, and the duck all listened and said not one word. Each time he finished a story, the pig, the duck, and the cow asked if he would please read them another. So the wolf read on, story after story. 1 minute he was Little Red Riding Hood, the next a genie emerging from the lamp, and then a swashbuckling pirate. "This is so much fun," said the duck. "He's a master," said the pig. "Why don't you join us on our picnic today?" offered the cow. And so they all had a picnic. The pig, the duck, the cow, and the wolf. They lay in the tall grass and told stories all the afternoon long. "We should all become storytellers," said the cow suddenly. "We could travel around the world," added the duck. "We could start tomorrow morning," said the pig. The wolf stretched in the grass. He was happy to have such wonderful friends. As I read that, you should have been writing down things that you noticed about the book and things that you wonder. So I'm going to show you the notes that we took from this morning's class of things that they noticed and things that they wondered. So as you can see, if you haven't written it down in your notes, things that they noticed, that the wolf and the animals wore clothes. And the more that he read, the more clothes he seemed to put on. There were, in the beginning, lots of farm animals, and by the end, there weren't so many. He wanted the animals' attention really, really bad. And he kept going back to them, they noticed. He wanted to control the situation. He wanted to be in control. He wanted them all to like him. And he didn't want to be ignored. So he kept going back until they wouldn't ignore him anymore. And the last thing was he went to school. So they noticed that he went to school in order to learn how to be a better wolf. Some things that were questions. What did we wonder? Why did the animals start to like him? Why did they all of a sudden change their mind? Why did he go to class? What did he learn by going to class? Why weren't they scared of him? So the animals weren't scared in the beginning, and they weren't scared the entire time. So why weren't they scared of him? And why did he need to be so included in everything? These right here are called context clues. So when we look back, we have context clues that help us answer the questions that we have about the story. So the last part of this I want to talk about, and let me just erase this, is the word inference. Inference. Okay? That's one of our vocabulary words. That's the word that I'm going to use a lot. Inference. Okay? And I'm going to say that this helps you look back. It helps you look back in order to answer questions. In order to answer questions. And I say that because these are called context clues. So this part right here, those are context clues. Things I find in the story in order to help me understand the story. That's another big vocabulary word. So an inference is what I call an educated guess. Educated guess. And an educated guess, this word right here, educated, means that you're using those context clues in order to answer questions you have about the story. So you can make guesses on why you think the wolf went back, what happened when the wolf went back. You can answer these inferences or these questions with you can answer these questions with an inference, an educated guess, based on the context clues in the story. Make sure you have this written down in your notes along with everything else that we took for today. Thank you.